Hey guys, it's the History Nerd, and we're back with another exciting episode of Donitz's Wet Dream. It's gonna make me giggle every time I say it. I want to first off get a couple of corrections out of the way right off the bat. One, where is it? There's map mode. Here, where you can see the red ships in the Saragossa Sea and the Labrador Sea. Those are resupply ships. So if we had any submarines in either of those two spots, we don't, but if we did, we could resupply their torpedoes and their ammunition there. I guess technically torpedoes would be ammunition. That's good to know. And secondly, I said in a battle that if you were in a battle with escorts and freighters, that you had to sink everything. That is not true. Once you sink the escorts, you can opt out of the battle, and the merchant tonnage will be counted as sunk. So there we go. Want to clear those up? I do apologize for making those errors. And let's continue with our operation. So the goal of this is obviously just to choke the British of supply, and we're doing this with 100% U-boats. So as you can see, we've got a lot of our U-boat forces stuck in basically wherever there are freighters. We don't have anything up in the north. There are no convoys up there, but they will open up, and then we can shift some more forces up that way. I'm even thinking about maybe taking a couple U-boats and setting them up here where there is some freighter traffic as well. But we'll see. It's, as you can see, it's only the first week of October 1939. So we got a long way to go. We've already got a pip in our total amount of things we need to sunk. And let's take a look at what we're going up against today. The Renown, the Vanquisher, and a bunch of freighters. So I should be able to show off how we actually won't have to totally fight through everything here. Wow, we are in great position with the U-37 to get a strike on the Renown. And I guess the 38 might be able to get a good shot on the Vanquisher. We'll see. But we'll get out of the map view. And yeah, that is exceptionally good. So we'll just get a little bit of a turn to starboard. Get that moving. And switch over to torpedoes. They're saying 8 degrees. And we can adjust that with the J and K, which is absolutely lovely. So it's looking like we're going to sink this or hit this right on this turn. So let's get a little bit of a spread. Spread out the damage. Maybe like so. And we'll fire those off so we can see them leave. And critically now, we're going to see him impact. Right? Oh, no. Oh, no. That could be devastating. We will find out. I think this guy is the U-38. And his best course of action is just going to be moving ahead. And then not doing a thing, because the Vanquisher there is our target with that guy. And we might as well get you moving in. Although submerged submarines are pretty slow moving vessels. I don't know if we'll be able to catch up. Some of those should still hit, right? Yes, okay, good. Alright, so yeah, there was no dodging that. That's impressive. We can zoom in. See those little holes where the torpedo impacted, so that's pretty cool. And now, so really we need to turn and go after that destroyer. If I don't have to spend ammunition actually sinking the freighters, I'm not going to. Because that's just, you know, wasted resources within the campaign, basically. And in fact, this guy can just really disengage. We don't need to risk him. So it looks like the Vanquisher might be coming out after us here. Let's maneuver ourselves around. And I'm going to bet he is... Yeah, he's going to be pulling a turn, so I'm not even going to waste the torpedo on him. And if he's turning away, I mean, we might as well just disengage him as well. But let's leave 2 U-boats in the water just in case this destroyer gets lucky. And the last thing I'm going to want is to wind up losing out. Although we've already sunk the freaking battlecruiser Renown, so we're sitting pretty good as far as enemy ships being sunk today. So let's just adjust a bit more to port. And he's still just a little too far out. I'd like to get just a little bit closer. No. No, we're not going to disengage you. Alright. So that's a very effective tactic there to get submarines to submerge on you. And as you can see, this attack did damage our rudder. So let's see, you're telling me 16.3. No, I'm not going to do it. We'll wait till next turn. Staying on the surface too, so we'll continue to take damage. It's smart, right? And that's probably a miss. Meanwhile, while all this is going on, this is what I love about the game, is that the bigger ships, they're just here sinking. And that's just going on. Alright, we got rudder control back. So let's pull to starboard. Get ourselves pointed nicely. No, you're shooting at him. So, we're 3.5 kilometers. You're telling me 10.8? Alright, I'll listen to you. That seems pretty far. And just in case, we'll put one back like here. And then if they both go past, I've done a horrible thing. Ooh, we'll see how that goes. We can kind of get ourselves positioned slightly better. I don't know if freighters can ram submarines. That's something I've not encountered. And hopefully we don't find out. That would be a disastrous thing to happen today. Yeah, those torpedoes just went screaming past. But that destroyer should be close enough now that we can just kind of get a nice torpedo shot like that. I hope. Please hit. Yay! Alright, well with that, sink all merchants and withdraw. There we go. Perfect. Beautiful. So we took a little bit of light damage. We sunk everything. Check out the load of renown we got for sinking the Renown. I mean, it just works. But of course, the situation with the sub run that we're doing is Renown never really becomes a problem. We're never in a situation... Where's the other destroyer? Out there. And where's my other U-boat? Out there. So yeah, we'll go Valentine. U-22 will go Imogen. Alright. So, move. You're not quite positioned correctly. And you are way too far out. And I guess, yeah, if we just hammer you straight ahead for now. Because these destroyers, they should take interest in us. But maybe... Oh no, they're just doing a convoy weave. That's all they're doing. Alright, well, we know how to deal with that. Just get close. Just get close for lows. And after our successful, you know, fleet engagement last battle, this one, even if we only pop one of these, we're doing pretty good for ourselves. 6 kilometers? No. Or 6 units of measure? I'm guessing it's kilometers, but I don't know that for sure. Oh, they're both coming this way. That's what they're doing. I see the game you're playing, Mr. Destroyer. That means this guy back here is going to have pretty much nothing to do. How close are you? Maybe we just do a hard to port here. I'm not going to disengage him yet. Man, those suckers move quick. Like, they're just getting further away, aren't they? Okay. Well, since we're not going to hit anything, I may just disengage both ships. Yeah, that's fine. And we can just dive down. This is one of the things that I love about submarines, is just the ability to disengage by diving. You go deep enough, nobody's going to come get you. There we go, disengaged. Nice. We're done there. No renown, obviously, but you know what? That's just fine. For those wondering how much renown we've got, 262,700 with a full 30 out of 30 ships. You need repairs, so we'll get on that. And then it is one more C square or C grid down. There we go. That should cover every location that has transports. Oh, we got a chance at another high value target. A battlecruiser, a cruiser, and a destroyer. Let's see why we wouldn't attack this. Let's take a look at the map. The U-110 might not be that useful this fight. And unfortunately, we're positioned on the freighters instead of the ships we want to hit. So is this... Which one is this? 109. Okay. Really? It looks like they're going away from us. Maybe I'm... Oh yeah, it definitely is. I'm just getting myself confused. Actually, we should probably go more that direction. And... I don't think we're close enough for a nice spread of torpedoes just yet. Who's that? The Suffolk? Alright. I'll play your game, Suffolk. What are you saying? 359. 359.7? that should be pretty good there. I should probably go on either side of those instead of just exclusively exclusively aim behind, but I don't know. That's just what I do. Oh, if these hit right now, I would be a happy camper. Alright, well next turn, that'll be a decent hit next turn. I guess we could probably push it to go flank here. It's not like we're actually draining battery power. Like in Silent Hunter 5 or something like that. We'll have to take a couple turns to reposition on that guy, but we should get the tubes reloaded soon enough that we could do a spread of 2 torpedoes, I'm hoping. On the battle cruiser. Because really, in hindsight, that's probably overkill for a cruiser. 3 torpedoes, we probably could have got the same result with 2. Especially since they now know we're here. Where's their destroyer anyway? Way up at the front. Alright, so yeah, they're not going to be doing any anti-submarine activities just yet. So let's tourney again, and then hopefully next turn we'll have another tube, maybe one more. In the meantime, it might be a good time to actually start spending some ammunition on these freighters. Like I say, it would be nice if we could just take out the destroyer. We're not really in a position, although I repeatedly make sure I'm not in a position to do that. So maybe instead of wasting ammunition on freighters, I'll position myself so I can hit the destroyer. That might be a better idea. Who is right there? There it is. Okay. Well, let's pull to starboard and start homing in on that guy. We'll just move. Torpedo has been reloaded. So we'll have 2. Really? 0? You can just get much closer that way. Alright. And like that. We'll see how that goes. I don't think he's dodging it either way. So let's go a hard starboard here. And move in on the Keith. Well, we lit it on fire. And fires are not a good thing for battleships. Or any ships, really. You don't want a fire on a ship. And that guy is probably going to be coming first, but I want to stick... This U-boat here is going to stick with the repulse. Just so we can get some more torpedoes loosed on her when we need to. And yeah, you're still heading off in that direction. And a little bit starboard. And still no torpedoes, right? Yeah, that should be a next turn. Keep pushing through the convoy. Well, color me pleasantly surprised. 2 torpedoes was enough for that battle cruiser. We can probably safely disengage you, because you're the one who's going to be going after this destroyer once we get you turned around. And you might be able to assist, punch you up to flank speed and get you moving. I'm expecting this destroyer to start shooting at me any minute now. How far out is he? 4 kilometers, alright? We'll stay on the surface. Hope things go okay. Well, let's stay on the surface. Stay at periscope depth. My word, if we were on the surface in a submarine against a destroyer, I would be doing something very, very wrong. Getting closer. We want it just under 3.5. I'm fairly confident now. I mean, the problem is just destroyers are quick vessels. So you don't want them to get too close, but that... Oh, you're going to give me a broadside for this shot, too? You, destroyer captain, are just... You're very kind. Really? What do you tell me? 13.2? That is much farther than I'm expecting here. It's much farther. I don't know. It's like... way out here? I don't think it's going to cover that distance. I guess we could hedge our bets here, right? Or just wait a turn. Let's wait a turn. You keep doing your thing here, Mr. U-boat. So he should be close enough now to hit and sink. It's just more of a head-on shot, which is not as good. But you know what? That's fine. So if we go about there and like that, fire. That should be good. We'll see him coming in. Yeah, I was going to say that should probably take care of pretty much any destroyer. And that'll be around. Let's sink those merchants. Ton more renown. We're doing great work today. Still no more pips. And what we should probably do too is check on the ships. You need to come home. So we'll send you there. And we'll send one of you out like that. We'll have one of you repaired next week. Okay. So we can shuffle those guys out. Am I anywhere near my supply ships? Where was that? There. Let's go back to here. Check on these guys. 14, 16, 17. We might as well... really, I should send you 37 home. But we might as well get these guys resupplied. How do I do that? Here? No. Maybe I gotta do it next turn. That might be true. Looks like we got some U-boats down here. Set and ready to go. What about... Whoops, that is not what I wanted to do. So we'll shuffle you guys around like that. You guys... How are you guys looking? 22, 22, 22? That's good. Don't select any of the ships. Alright, yeah, we're still sitting fairly pretty ammunition-wise. Let's do a next turn. We got some convoys. That's good news. Let's see, what can we do? Can we get you guys resupplied somehow? Does it just happen automatically? It just happens automatically. Look at that. Alright, well, let's get you guys moving that way. We got a damaged U-boat that's got to come this way. We got one that's got to go out that way. And then we can get another one. We don't need another one. Perfect. Okay. We'll go like so, like so. And I think that's going to do it for today's episode. So, is it? I don't know. We've only got like a week and a half. Let's do a couple other turns here. Let's just see if we can inflict some more damage to the United Kingdom. We got another pip. I'm feeling pretty good about that. Let's push it on into November. Cruiser and 2 destroyers. All right, this will be the last little bit of battle for today. Then we'll finish it off with this fight. So again, most of our U-boats are in a position to punch into the freighters and not the escorts. That is a little annoying, but you can't always get good positioning. So I guess if we just, again, push through the convoy, or at least hold off on an attack until we hit at least the cruiser, right? Let's get in position, because the cruiser's probably not going to be pulling too many maneuvers. We want it at a 7.1. So we'll go like so, and like so. We'll only do 2, because I do think 3 torpedoes might be overkill for a cruiser. Oh, that is close. All right, let's keep moving through. All right. So then we got the cruiser there and a couple destroyers. So we're going to want to position in on the Imogen. Oh, that's lovely. Surprise! We're here. So that should wake up the old fleet. And yeah, we've already got that 1 destroyer shuffling off. We got 2 torpedoes to teach that ship a lesson. And then we got the destroyer at the whole front of this mess that I'm not sure how we're going to get to. But I'm sure we'll find a way. It's probably going to come to us. Really, destroyers have a tendency to do that. I guess if we go hard starboard, right, and then just start driving that direction, that should be pretty good. And we got a torpedo reloaded, so now we can give a freaking destroyer 3 torpedoes if we wanted to. Yeah, there. The other one is over yonder. I don't know if I can position myself. Get up to flank speed. With these 2 U-boats, we can certainly try. Oh, are you turning away? Alright, we'll engage you from 2 different directions then. And yeah, we'll just keep hammering you forward. And you, yeah, we're going to have to, oh yeah, I see what's going on there. Okay. Well, we'll have to get you on a port turn. Yeah, I don't know why you're getting all fancy back there. Yeah, it's a situation like this that I just really want to open up with the torpedoes. But because I can sink these guys ammo free, and I'm not usually one of those types of players who's going to be min-maxing really anything, but ammunition is nice because then you can limit yourself on having to return to base to rearm. So that's why I'm keeping in mind that's a little too close. And what we can do here, of course, because we're engaging these guys at range, we might find out if we're going to get rammed. Well, maybe not. Or if we can even get rammed. Because, well, how close are you? 4 and a bit. We could approach submerged, right? And then just like pop up. But I have a feeling next turn we'll be ready to do that. And well, you know what? There's no harm in doing it this way. Like, they're still gonna follow us. But at least going deeper, they can't shoot us and damage us. So like, it has to, right? They have to be able to damage us. I've never rammed a ship in this game, so that's something I should investigate. Right, so like I say, we just want to do a little bit of a starboard turn. Make sure we surface here. And so, yeah, we'll be vulnerable, obviously, while we're up here loose in our torpedo. Oh, I want to get a bit closer. Don't sink my ship. Oh man, that's a full broadside. We may have taken a little bit of damage there, but most of those shots missed. That was definitely a hit. This is gotta be one of the rare times that a U-boat's maneuvering inside of a freighter convoy of Allied ships without sinking a single one. Alright. Hard to starboard here. Yeah, that's looking good. Alright. You're telling me 10? I'm telling you right here, right now, fire. I should have checked the rear tube, see if I could have launched one at the other destroyer. Oh, you're kidding. No! We may call this raid off. We'll see. If I can get in a position here to shoot 2 torpedoes, I can't believe that. That makes me very sad with myself. Let's see. You're heading this way. I guess towards the destroyers. I'm sure if my crews could hear me use phrases like, I guess you're headed this way, they'd feel confident, I'm sure, in the chain of command. Alright, let's get that locked in. And then, can we also... How far are you? 3.5? You're telling me 196. Okay, let's... 196.1? I don't know about that. We'll fire both. And we'll see how that goes. Well, we knew that was going to hit. And it looks like we should have aimed directly at both of them. I had a feeling that may be the case. Always trust your gut, ladies and gentlemen. It knows what you like. Alright, so what we could also do here, I don't know, that's far enough away for the torpedo to arm, but we could just start loosing some torpedoes into these freighters just to make sure we do a little bit of damage. I don't know if it'll distract the destroyers over here or not. But I mean, we could get at least, what, like 2 shots off here? We could, I'm concerned that you've only got 2 there. I hope that that's close enough. And then we'll just pull that along like so. And fire. Alright, well, hey, I mean, at least that should be 2 freighters. Well, that one might not be a confirmed kill, but that'll be 2 freighters we can safely add. Might as well add at least another one here, right? Let's go about, oh, maybe right in the middle, like so. I mean, that's the second torpedo that ship has taken. That should be headed to the bottom soon. Soon. Right, okay. Well, there's not much we can do, I don't think, about this guy. We'll see. We know this guy is definitely close enough that that is a viable option. And then this guy is close enough, again, that that's a viable option. Good. Oh, man, that was quite the explosion. And then that should be sending that guy to the bottom pretty effing soon. So we don't really need, we can disengage you. And then we can probably, don't surface, go a bit deeper. Protect yourself from damage. And, can we actually fire torpedoes while we're that? I don't think we can. He's definitely coming in for a depth charge run. So, let's make it just a little more difficult for him. We'll do something like that, go full speed. I don't know if that actually made it more difficult for him. But, you know what we might want to do is get up so that we can be shot at. Wow! I was not at all expecting that. Keep turning to port here. Yep, really wasn't much of a port turn. That's my own fault for not ordering an aggressive enough one. Yep, the gunfire is back. That's okay. So, right, yeah. Full port turn. It's still... Am I just not navigating properly? Perhaps my rudder is damaged? I don't know. Maybe I'm just not looking at things the right way. Like, let's make sure I'm not looking at this ship backwards. Okay. So, if I want to get my rear tube pointed that way, we get that to that, which would be a turn to port. Right? Turn. There we go. It just takes a long time. And we'll probably put this further to the back Spread out the flooding. Boom. I zoomed out, hoping to capture a dramatic explosion. It's not really what happened. Let's... 2 torpedoes. This thing's eaten 2 torpedoes. It should be dying. But it doesn't appear to be. Alright, one in the middle then. Let's... If we're going to go overkill on the ammunition, let's go overkill on the ammunition. Like, look at how much of that ship is underwater. You must be sinking. You're putting up one hell of a fight. Alright, well then let's dive down. There we go! Alright, no need to fire torpedoes there. Sink the merchants and withdraw. Woo! That's some good work. Oh, not another one. Okay. Well, at least we're sinking a battleship, the Nelson. So, let's take a look at what's going on here. Yeah. Okay, so U-24, you're going to go to port. Let's make sure. So if you're facing that direction, a good hard port turn will get you facing down that direction. One more will get you in line for the Nelson, which is really what we care about today. You can probably sneak your way through the freighter convoy. Something we have yet to do. And then you can see if you can grab the attention of that destroyer. Alright, another hard another hard port turn. That should be good. We'll get into torpedo range next turn. And yeah, you just hit flank speed and try to catch up. Going 6 knots underwater. Totally possible. Let's see. Another, but a gentle turn to port. Lovely. And I lied about being in torpedo range. This turn, it will be potentially next turn or the turn after that. We'll get there eventually. How far out? 6 kilometers. And we know this guy's maneuvering, so let's get in just a little bit closer. Good, everything's looking tickety-boo. Alright, I like that turn that he's engaging in now. 5.5. So about like that. We'll put 1 in front, 1 behind. Yeah, that should be good. A nice tight spread of 3. I mean, sure, you're concentrating the damage into a much smaller area, but it's intensifying the damage for that area. So, that should be good. Especially since we're hitting the side of a battleship. These things tend to be built fairly strongly. But hey, I'm pretty pleased with the placement and destructive power of that shot. That is some nice work. And done. Still maneuvering though. Well, we'll give it a turn or two. She can't last forever. And in fact, let's just head over and see Very nice placement. Kapow, kapow, kapow. Already got a pretty pronounced list. And the ascent is already starting to come out. These are all good signs of a ship sinking. Might want to get a port turn on that guy soon. Come on, destroyer, let's go play. And, oh, maybe a gentle port turn. There we go. I mean, really, as this engagement goes on, you're just falling further and further behind. We'll pull you out. Alright, let's just move a little closer. Just get in nice and close to the prey we're hunting for. Secondary explosions going off. I like it. And if we do something like that, give me my torpedoes. You're within range. You're telling me 13 and a half. No, you're telling me 355.4. One there. We'll do a spread like that. We may hit nothing. We may hit a freighter. We may pick up a nice hit on that destroyer. I don't know. But at least we're increasing our chances of hitting something. Well, we're not going to hit the destroyer. That is fairly confirmed. And honestly, that's all I wanted to hit. It looks like we might need to put another torpedo into this guy. I'm not pleased with that information, but you know, sometimes 352.3. Alright, and we'll do something like that. Yeah, that's a good spread. Pull a bit more to port. Don't fire another barrage of torpedoes. They're not going to do a thing. Are they? Oh, they're definitely not. They're definitely not going to do a thing. Or maybe they will do what they were supposed to do in the first place. Sink that destroyer. We got the Nelson sunk, and that's just good news all around. I would like to take a look at this guy, because I think he got hit. But it may have just been a nose kiss, in which case we still got work to do. Thankfully, the U-124 will actually even go further starboard than that. Still has some munitions to work with. We're not quite in range yet either. Look at that sneaky destroyer getting behind the freighter for cover. That's greasy, sir. Using civilians in war to cover yourself? Come on. How far are you? Just under 5 kilometers. We will let it wait. And we are coming up nicely. Hey, you keep shooting at that guy. You're not going to see the real threat. Surely we must be close. 353.7. That is much too far. So you're saying that? I don't know. I wanna get closer. Well, you're saying that, and in my head, I'm saying that. Someone's right. I don't think it's my head. It's definitely not my head. Well, you know, some may say that's wasted ammunition. Others will say it's a cunning plan to make sure this destroyer can't maneuver away. That's right. Let's get that up. 352. Like so. And like so. There we go. Hopefully we get some reloads happening sooner than later. What you gonna do? You're gonna just steam right ahead and keep shooting at a submarine. Or submersible. Oh, you bastard. You bastard. Dodging between the both of them. We have no rudder control. Please tell me we have a torpedo. We don't. We still have rudder control here. That's good. Let's go a bit to port. Hopefully we get reloaded soon. Thought I was being so clever, but nope. I'm just putting more crew at risk here. But we took out a battleship. So that's a good thing. One of the most modern of all modern day battleships as well, so it's even better. I really should have dove that boat. Yes, we have torpedoes. We're still not quite close enough. I really should have dove that sub. Well, at least that was a miss. Alright, looks like we got some good rudder control back. We got a torpedo. Right there. Fire. Yes. There we go. Excellent work. That should be it for the escorts. And it is 34,000 more renown. Oh, not another one. And there's no saving. Okay, I know what to do. Oh, but it's 2 battleships? The damage to the Royal Navy would be insurmountable. The damage to my ability to play is also insurmountable. We're just going to disengage, and I hope this is the last engagement. Oh, so many ships. So many ships. Dive. Alright, done. And disengage. And dive. That would have been nice to hit. That is for sure. But we'll get them next time. Well, the next time we engage them, maybe. Provided it doesn't come at the end of an hour-long recording session. Disengage. Excellent. Done. Yes, this is a sad day for the Kriegsmarine. We damaged a destroyer in the Baltic Seas. That's good. And that is going to have to do it for today. So, thumbs up if you have enjoyed this episode. Leave your comments, questions, concerns, thoughts, jokes, musings, what have you below. Thank you all very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.